Hello friends of Golf Course Quality Fertilizer. I know we just did a video the other day, but boy, today is super hot, humid. Here at our house we got an inch of rain last night with that storm. And so I want to talk about how to water in hot, humid weather, right? And so everybody thinks the hotter it is, the more you need to water, and that's actually not the case. Once temperatures get above 88 degrees, the stolmates or the pores of the grass actually close up and it doesn't transpirate water. And so it's actually not working water through the system. And then with the humidity added to that, actually watering needs go down as it gets really hot, especially when it's humid on top of that. And so I want you guys to be really careful right now, because if you're throwing water down and every day, or on top of the rain we got, you can get so wet that you're definitely going to start to get diseases with this kind of temperature and humidity. The nights are going to be really warm too. That's really going to fire up some diseases in this next 10 days. So what we do is we have rain gauges. That really is a super important thing. If you want a nice lawn, you really need to know exactly how much rain came down in your lawn. If it's a half an inch, then you know, oh boy, that's as much as one of my cycles. I'm going to shut my irrigation off for that cycle. And so you can time and work with your water a little better if you have an understanding of how much water you're actually getting. And also, it's good to know actually how much water you're watering when you do irrigate, right? And so they have these little rain gauges here, or irrigation gauges, which you can stick around the lawn, run a cycle, and then actually see, oh, I am watering a half an inch. And that's typically what I try to target minimally, is a half an inch of watering, which can take an hour and 15 minutes with some irrigation things. But it's nice to know exactly what you're doing. And so, I try to put 1.5 inches of water down per week. That'll vary with different situations. With wind, that will actually increase stuff. And so we actually seen a few weeks ago, or a week ago or so, when it was 70 degrees but we had high winds, we really were running out of water really fast, and some guys had to double up their watering and do back to back to keep up with it, because the water was being transpirated through the grass at the same time it was windy and sunny and hot, warm enough. And so the higher it gets doesn't mean kick up that irrigation even more. You have to be more tentative and watch it and see when it needs it. So us, for example, we are going to wait, and I bet you we won't have to water until Friday or Saturday, and this is Tuesday, right? And so and we got 1 inch of rain last night. That typically does last us, an inch lasts us about 3-4 days, depending on what the weather's like. With this high humidity, high temperatures, my grass right now is shut down, so it is not transpirating. If you can tell, you feel down near the grass sometimes, it'll feel a little cooler, but right now it's real warm down here. It's done transpirating, so it cannot push through stuff and cool itself down once it's got to that temperature. So we might be doing some syringes and cooling things down if we see some purpling and things like that due to heat stress. But be real careful on your watering. Make sure you try to keep that grass, the surface of it, as dry as you possibly can. If you have laid over grass, go out there and fluff it up with a blower, because that's just going to hold the humidity, and that's where that pythium is going to fire up. And so be real careful with your watering, and pay attention to your grass during these 10 days. Don't just turn that irrigation on and walk away. All right? Thanks so much for listening.